Hey guys, Lord Naren White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God. Back with you with the next video in my Line of God's Daily Diary series. As usual, before I discuss what I have achieved since yesterday's Daily Diary video, I want to go ahead and read you a chapter from the Bible. Today, I will be bringing you the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 2. The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the top of the mountain of the Lord, to the house of God, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many peoples, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. O house of Jacob, come ye, and let us walk in the light of the Lord. Therefore thou hast forsaken thy people unto the house of Jacob, because they be replenished from the east, and are soothsayers like the Philistines, and they please themselves in the children of strangers. Their land also is full of silver and gold. Neither is there any end of their treasures. Their land is also full of horses. Neither is there any end of their chariots. Their land also is full of idols. They worship the work of their own hands, that which their own fingers have made. And the mean man boweth down, and the great man humbleth himself. Therefore forgive them not. Enter into the rock, and hide thee in the dust, for fear of the Lord, and for the glory of his majesty. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon every one that is proud and lofty, and upon every one that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. And upon all cedars of Lebanon, that are high and lifted up, and upon all the oaks of Bashan, and upon all the high mountains, and upon all the hills that are lifted up, and upon every high tower, and upon every fenced wall, and upon all the ships of Tarshish, and upon all pleasant pictures. And the loftiness of man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of man shall be made low, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. And the idols he shall utterly abolish, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks, and into the caves of the earth, for fear of the Lord, and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. In that day a man shall cast his idols of silver, and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats, to go into the cliffs of the rocks, and into the tops of the jagged rocks, for fear of the Lord, and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. Cease ye from man, whose breath is in his nostrils, for wherein is he to be accounted of? The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So the essence of this chapter is basically explained from Isaiah 2:2, where it says, And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. I think personally, like, one of the most beautiful parts about this passage is here in Isaiah 2:4. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. I think another one of the very beautiful passages in the book of Isaiah chapter 2 is here in Isaiah 2:11. It reads, "The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of man shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day." And then next here in Isaiah 2:17, "And the loftiness of man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of man shall be made low, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day." So that's one of the ideas from this chapter, is how the Lord is the one who's going to be exalted, and everything else is going to be like man and man's ego and etc. will be brought low. So yeah. Yeah. Here in Isaiah 2:18, "And the idols he shall utterly abolish." A very strong passage as well there. Just again that idea that God's presence is what's going to be felt, and not the idolatry of the world, for example. And so with that, I'm going to conclude my Bible reading there for today now, and transition over to what I have achieved since yesterday's Daily Dive video. Since yesterday's Daily Dive video, I worked at my core. I uploaded and scheduled 5 workout videos. I uploaded and scheduled many video game videos, and I've created this Daily Dive video for 10/29/23. And with no further achievements since yesterday's Daily Dive video, I want to go ahead and discuss how things have been going for me in life, which is very well. I'm continuing to make progress. I'm continuing to do well, and that's something that I remind myself just to be patient, because with the time frame and the vision that I have for my faith, it's not as though things are going to happen immediately. The reason I don't want, for example, I don't want to pursue having my own biological children at this time by way of in vitro fertilization and surrogacy, is not just because it's expensive, because it's very expensive. I could save money over time, for example. It's because of the fact that I want to provide the proper infrastructure for my children before they come into this world. And, that's my vision. And so I'm going to do that. And I'm not, that's it. So that's my plan. And that will take time. That's the thing that I know that will take time. And so as a result of that, I'm not in any kind of rush about any of that stuff, because of the fact that, if you look at, I look at it like this. If by a certain date, for example, could be like the year 2200, if I, started having kids at 2100 versus like 2030, and I reached the same number then, it would be better probably to have had the kids at 2100. Why? Because they would have been brought up in a better climate, because I would have been able to provide them with the best quality of living, best education, best health care, all of that by way of the, obviously it's the grace of God who is helping me to earn money, etc. So that's what I mean. And is life a math problem? No. But as the Spirit of God, I have faith that I can, the most difficult steps in anything you do are the first. So I look at it like I can, bear the, face the brunt of the difficulties in life first, and then my kids can, it won't be easy for them either. It's just that, they won't have to worry about money. They won't have to worry about food. They won't have to worry about healthcare, so I want to face that so they don't have to. So that's the plan. So things are going well, and I just remind myself to be patient, because, it will take time. And so, with that, I want to go ahead and say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. Light be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.